Assistant SAC David Wilhelm, U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Folks in Salisbury, North Carolina, where David Wilhelm grew up, knew he was special. One of 4 boys born to Dwight and Betty Wilhelm, David displayed a drive and passion very early in life to succeed. While most people slept comfortably in their beds, young David was out milking cows at 4 a.m. to earn spending money. A friend described the boy as very quiet and reserved, a real deep thinker who knew what he wanted in life. As a teen, David played football at West Rowan High School, where he earned a reputation as a hard-working motor, always running defensive end for the Falcons. After graduating with honors in 1982, he first attended Appalachian State University before transferring and earning a degree at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. His education focused on psychology, a discipline that eventually served him well in his law enforcement career. During his college years, David worked a myriad of jobs: security guard, floor tiler, carpet cleaner, and even a stint at repossessing cars. His uncle, John Edward Gray, described David as fearless and adventuresome. You can't have too much fear if you repo cars. You go poking around in people's backyards, you're asking for trouble. That spirit of adventure led David to become a U.S. Customs agent in 1987. He began his career in Beaufort, South Carolina, and also served in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Norfolk, Virginia. It was in Charlotte where David learned how to cobble together drug deals, or capers as he would say, and set up wiretaps. That investigative technique would quickly become his forte. Soon, David was busting large marijuana smuggling rings by supervising wired informants, surveillance teams, and an assortment of local, state, and federal authorities. A colleague commented that David took down huge operations from top to bottom, something very few customs agents were able to do. ICE was not created until 2003. But David was not an ordinary agent. He stood head and shoulders above the rest. His skill and tenacity was recognized in 2001 when he was awarded the agency's prestigious Blue Eagle Award for dismantling a drug smuggling ring and seizing 2 tons of marijuana and $2.4 million in cash. In a true reflection of David's qualities, upon receipt of the award, he was quick to acknowledge the contributions of his colleagues for this special recognition. After spending 18 years doggedly pursuing drug traffickers and becoming well known as an expert in his field, David spent his last 5 months in Atlanta, serving as one of the top special agents in charge of ICE's Southeast region. In addition to his law enforcement experience, David had another passion: building new homes. He held a general contractor's license and particularly enjoyed doing tile work. On March 11, 2005, David was working on a special project, building a new home for himself and Candy, his wife of 6 years. While laying tile, David was confronted by an escaped fugitive and was killed. David Wilhelm was only 40 years old. David's body was escorted from Georgia to Salisbury by a procession of more than 200 police vehicles. As he was laid to rest at Rowan Memorial Park, bagpipes played and military jets flew overhead. In 2006, a special award was created to honor the memory of this determined investigator. The David G. Wilhelm Memorial Award is presented annually to an employee in the Atlanta area whose work and conduct most clearly exemplifies the values and virtues David stood for. In March 2007, the David G. Wilhelm Strike Force was dedicated at the Atlanta field office of the FBI. Because of the unique and humane way David treated and managed informants, it was reported one of his informants cried in his prison cell when he learned of David's death. Remembered as a relentless investigator, loving husband, and generous friend, David is survived by his wife, Candy, his parents, Betty and Dwight, and brothers, Russell, Brian, and Patrick, who was also an ICE agent in Charlotte. This tribute, honoring Special Agent David Wilhelm, was made possible by the generosity of Delta Airlines.